Hey guys, welcome to another episode of The Samuels,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm Matt,
and I'm China.
and we're back now. Back. Get used to it. No.
We are back in the building.
So this is a follow up from last episode of how we got to where we are from the situations in Brooklyn and everything we went through. Um, getting together and all the ups and downs and all the breakups and everything like that. So now we're basically, if you put a timeline on it, you're basically in 2019. Right now. This conversation will be about 2019 when we finally moved to Georgia. How we broke up and then how we got to Georgia.
The beginning. It was the beginning of 2019.
Mm-hmm.
We broke up. This was after we got married, after everything, and we had a breakup, and I end up saying my sister was leaving New York, and I said, okay, well, me and Matt not together no more. I want a fresh start. I'm tired of New York, so I'm coming with you. And we went through our breakup, and then I think it was February. Yeah, because we came down by the end of the January. In February, I think I called you. And so I called you or text you saying I was coming to get some stuff.
Visit to get some of your stuff.
Yeah, I was coming to get some of my
stuff.
But
you skipped over something.
What?
The reason why we broke apart before you moved to Georgia.
It was a lot going on. We both it wasn't just one thing. It was just a family situation. It was
well, you're right, because it's not important, because at the end of the day, what happened? Can I insert? And I'll let you take the floor. What happened was we was opening the family daycare business.
Mm-hmm. We worked on that for
we
worked on that for a year and a half.
A year and a half. I had to go through all these classes and background checks and everything. We was opening a 24-hour daycare service with transportation. It was a good setup, good business plan, and it went bad. I just felt like it wasn't supposed to happen because the people that was involved, family and all of that, it would have went left.
It just wasn't the right time.
It wasn't the right time. Yeah.
It wasn't in God's plan, to be honest, because if it was, then it would have happened. And then it was a lot of different situations.
My kid's mother was hating.
It was a lot going on.
It was a lot of drama.
It was a lot of drama.
Because of the relationship, a lot of people just was not, they didn't approve of it. People was not feeling it on your side and my side. You know what I mean? So we wound up breaking up. And it was like, look, you go. I remember I said that to her. I was like, you go with her. And I always loved Georgia. I used to live in Georgia when I was younger. So I told you, go ahead and go, and we'll meet up, in Georgia. I tried to get custody of the kids, and I'll meet you there. And you wasn't going for the long distance relationship.
Nah, I was like, we're not doing, and we already married, and you talking about, and just go, and I'll meet you there? Like, what? So what that mean? We breaking up? No, that's what it means.
Not necessarily how I felt. No, your personal feelings on it was we breaking up. My personal feelings was you go, get comfortable, set the scene up, and I'm gonna get this together here, and I'm gonna meet you there. We're gonna set up a whole family. Like we're gonna just trash the whole New York situation, the whole business idea, the friends that the old friends. Now we're gonna walk away from this and start over fresh and get a clean slate. But you wasn't going for it. You wasn't seeing the vision.
It wasn't. I don't think for me it was that. I'm gonna be honest with you. At the time when we didn't sit down and have an adult conversation about
it. It was random.
It was just, we was already arguing back and forth. We had a lot going on. And then it was just random where he just came out of nowhere and he said that. So it's like, wait, I would take it as we're breaking up. It's not like we sat down as a couple and was like, baby,
I'm trying to get rid of you.
Yeah, you was trying to get rid of me. We ain't sit down as a couple and say, well, like what you just said to me just now. You see, if we would have had that conversation that calm and with that much understanding, it wouldn't have went the way that it went.
Different. Right.
So it was messy. We broke up. I came down, called him a month later, tell him
Okay.
I'm coming to get my stuff. Um, then he
Knocking
said,
boots. No,
then he
man.
said, we need to talk. No, you called me when I was on my drive. But I was on the drive up when I spoke to
You
him.
blocked me.
I did block him. I
How
did.
you block your
I
husband?
blocked my husband. We broke
Try
up.
to ghost me.
We broke up. So, and I moved to another state. So, what we need to talk about? I did block him.
Mm-hmm.
But then when I unblocked him to call him, what I think you end up calling me before I called you.
Mm-hmm.
And I said I was about to call you to tell you that I'm coming to get my stuff. But I was already on the drive up, is in a U-Haul,
Mm-hmm.
already on the drive back up to get stuff to bring it down.
Bring it back to Atlanta.
Yeah, and then he said, "Oh, we need to talk." He said, "China, you good?" I remember the call. I said, "Yeah, I'm straight. I'm on my way up. I'm coming to get some of my stuff." And he's like, "I think that we need to talk." I'm like, "All right, let's do we talk." So I got me a hotel room. I was like, "Well, I have a hotel. Where was it? Bushy?"
Yeah.
I got me a hotel in
It was
Bushy.
on Broadway, that new hotel. I remember that.
Good. I got me a hotel, and I was like, "Well, I'm gonna be at my hotel room, whatever." Then he came. He met me at the hotel room. Wait, he didn't come to my room yet. I met him downstairs by the bar that they had, and we talked. We sat there and we talked for like what, an
Yeah.
hour and some change, almost
Yeah.
2 hours. We talked. Then we walked to get, we walked to get to the store, because at the time I was smoking, cigarettes.
Oh yeah, I
I
remember I
was
stopped
smoking,
you right for
I was
smoking
smoking
cigarettes.
cigarettes because I had stopped smoking. Then I was so stressed. Then I started smoking again, and then I was like, "Well, I need a cigarette." So we walked to the store,
Mm-hmm.
one of those stores over there on Broadway, to go get. I went to get some cigarettes, and then I was outside. We talked and we talked. Then we went back up to the room.
Start knocking boots. No.
We went back up to the room, and then
All over again.
everything just started all over again. It would seem like
That's what held us
that's
together.
what held. No,
That,
it's not what held us, but
nah.
if from the outside looking in, I'm
That's
looking
what
at
it
it
looked
from the
like.
outside. It would seem like every time we break up, it's always sex involved.
Well, something would actually, I
Well,
would
we
say
did
pull us back
talk
together.
first. It's not like we just went straight into sex.
Yeah, no.
We talked first for a few hours, and then we went back to then I invited him to my room.
Mm.
Then I invited him to my room, and then it was just, and then that was it. And I think like a week later, he
Okay.
packed. A week later he packed up and he just came. He
Got me
came.
looking like a simp again. Like, oh,
Oh,
I got some. I'm on my way. That was too good. No, that's
oh,
not how it happened.
no, that's not how
That's
it
your
happened.
side.
No, but like a week later, you
Yeah,
packed up
I
and you
did say
said
I
that
was
you
going.
coming.
Yeah, because in that conversation, I did tell you, if you recall, I said I used to live in Georgia, and I'm tired of everything that's going on in New York. Anyway, there's a lot of interruptions, a lot of drama, a lot of nonsense, a lot of hating. And I think right around the time, I remember somebody had broken my car in the back of the house. Remember they stole
They
Chris'
stole his
iPad,
tablet.
his tablet. My children's mother was acting a fool. It was a lot. You know what I mean? I was remember she was trying to take me to court and all that. And I'm like, how you take somebody to court that got their kids? That was the most weirdest, craziest thing I ever been through. It was just a lot going on. Especially, what I'm saying, with my side. It wasn't so much with your side at the time.
At the time, no.
At the time, no.
It
It was really with my side. A lot of jealousy, a lot of interference. So I was like, look, man, just go and I'll be right behind you. Let's just get a clean slate and just walk away from this. Um, but what I would love to talk about when it comes to that is, the truth behind it is, before we left, I personally feel like, and again, I don't ever want to leave God out of anything. You know what I'm saying? And how sometimes, you know, Satan is at work, right? All the time. We know that. But God always turns what is meant for bad, into good.
Right.
What the devil mean for bad, he could turn into good because he always say God get a 2-for-1 special.
Yeah.
He gonna fix the person that evil eyed you, that sent negative energies, that praying against you. He gonna fix them and he gonna fix you, and it all works in some way, shape, or form. But I noticed if you could remember when we was together in the house in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? We had a basement apartment. We had that little tiny basement. You came in and redecorated, like, yo, we gonna do this, make it all white. We made it look good
After I moved in.
after you moved in, yeah, because it was a bachelor crib. You know what I mean? It was just me and the boys, and I remember now that I understand it even more, it was a lot of strange things happening
Yeah.
that was coming against us. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
A lot did happen.
A lot happened, and I remember sometimes even like us being in a room and we'd just hear like a bang, like doof. Remember that? And we like nothing is out there.
Nothing is out there.
Then randomly we started. Man, we had mice coming in the crib. I'm chasing around. We like, yo, we can't stay here. This is crazy. We was clean as hell. Then we had roaches coming in. I'm like, bro.
And then because he was feeling how he was feeling mentally, I guess because of what he had going on from his his baby mother, the kids, his
It was a
mom.
lot.
It was an incident. His mom boiler broke. How he gonna look at me and tell me since I moved here, everything's been going bad? I'm like, what? We argued a lot about a lot of
Different things,
different stupid things too. At that, and you blame me for your mother's boiler breaking. I'm like, how the fuck did I blame?
Here's the thing. All right. So look, let's go back to energy.
Please
Remember?
Explain that.
All right. So listen, what I was saying is this: me being a person that I'm very spiritual, right, and I understand energy, right. You probably didn't understand it, and I feel like I couldn't understand. Now lately, I'm more boisterous about it because now you understand it as well, right? At the time, you didn't understand it. You'll look at me like this dude is a nut job, and I always tell you, people that talk spirituality and they crazy, and they feel like they deem them as crazy. They put them in a nut house or they underneath the bridge somewhere. You know what I mean? Seeing things.
Right.
People that's spiritually inclined that got their shit together, but they just haven't cultivated it yet. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's best to say nothing because I've been judged and ridiculed behind that. You know what I'm saying? And I always knew I had to give it. I just ain't know how to cultivate it. Now, the only reason of saying that is you move in, the boiler just break. Same day you moved in. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. Then I'm seeing the lights flickering. We having a conversation and the lights go. I'm like, all right, hold on, what's going on? Now, not saying that you were bad energy, but a lot of times people don't even know there's something that's carried with you that has to be broken off. You know what I'm saying? Because what's fighting against what's going on in my house, this fighting against whether it's good versus evil or whatever. But they didn't want us together, right? Whatever it was, whatever energy was being sent or projected, didn't want us together. That's why I brought up things was getting really weird at the crib. You know what I'm saying? It was getting really weird. Now, if we would have known what we knew back then, we would have been able to counteract. You know what I'm saying? Deal with it differently. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it was like real wacky. But then I also realized that when we walked away, I remember speaking to my homie Noach, and he said, when you and China walk away from that crib, everything gonna fall. He was like, I remember in the backyard, No said to me, you gonna get rich with her. He said, that's your bag right there. And I'm like, what bag? I take care of her. He's like, that's your bag right there, man. And mind you, he only 50 years old. So I'm like, I listen to the wise, you know what I'm saying? The older gentleman. I'm like, I didn't understand what he meant. He's like, Matt, the devil ain't gonna like this. The devil ain't gonna like this. Stay strong, nephew. And I'm like, what the heck is he talking about? Now when I look back on it, he knew that anytime you join forces with a masculine and feminine divine union come together, he got to work. He got to send his minions. Whether it's your eggs, my eggs, he gonna send it. He gonna work through people to stop this shit. I gotta cut this off because something gonna change. He gonna touch a lot of lives along the way. Like we already did. Like we doing this now, but even when we was on TikTok, 250,000, 300,000 views. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we was changing people's perspectives on live because we praying together and we got a strong relationship and it's a divine union. You know what I mean? Sent from God. So the heavens above is applauding, but the demons down yonder ain't gonna like it. Now I understand. I would have never judged you in that type of way. You know what I'm saying? I would have said, wait, let's pray together. Let's leave whatever you brought in here at the door. Let's shoo it away. Let's sage and burn this motherfucker out of here. You know what I'm saying? Because he's trying to destroy us. But for what it's worth, me leaving. Now I don't know I know how it felt on your side because you told me that and you just expressed it to us. Like I wasn't willing to do a long distance relationship. I'm out. I already felt like I knew by me staying here, it's either two things gonna happen. Either because I started to fall back into a state of stress and depression because I felt like my other half was gone. Right? It was an unhappy feeling. The home didn't feel like a home no more. You know what I mean? When we made the business plan to open up the daycare. You was a part of that business plan. You know what I mean? You was gonna be a part of that. And we was supposed to move to Jersey. We had it all planned out, right? And our father always said, "A man without a plan plans to fail." You know what I'm saying? So we had it all mapped out. When you left, and then I went and talked to my kids, and I said, "I'm gonna move to Georgia. I'm gonna set it up. We're gonna figure it out. I'm gonna come back and get y'all." And I remember I had the custody battle going on because I wanted full custody. You know, my ex had the child support. She wanted money. I wanted the kids. You know what I mean?
But she started with the custody.
She started with
the custody battle. That started first.
With me, yeah.
Right.
Right.
The child support came in
after when she found out we got married when she came for the money. Right. So long story short.
Oh, and on top of that, he didn't even want me to post him or say anything.
But that's what got her little dusty self in there.
He didn't want his baby moms to know that we was married. I'm like, what? You my whole husband. We've been married for a while now. How can I
not? Nah. You gotta give a reason why. No. We're not gonna do that. We not finna do that.
No, the reason is because you didn't want her to start doing the things that she did anyway.
Well, you know when you know somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know your ex, I know my ex, right? We know somebody been with that person longer than we knew each other. You know what they will and won't do. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I said that was because I said, I'm fighting for custody. If you post anything about us being married, it was for family only, right? It was a close, you know what I'm saying, close encounter only information, right? Whether she heard it through the grapevine. But if you post it, she's gonna feel like you've been with me 16, 17, or whatever, you never married me. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna come for your money. And she did say that. She said, right after she found like, oh, you married? We didn't even know that. You didn't invite your son. That was going on. And I was like, listen, it's not for everybody. It's between us. It's family. It's not a big deal. Well, I'm gonna come for your little taxi cab money and I'm gonna ruin your life. I knew that was coming. Because you know now, if you married, it's locked in. It's official. It's done. That's worse than anything else you could ever imagine of somebody moving on. You know what I'm saying? You got married. What? You know what I mean? So I said, don't post. Let me just get custody of the kids first. Once I can get my kids in house, nothing else outside of that matters. Because now she's gonna give me a harder time. Boom, chaos broke through. All hell broke loose. They open up the abyss. They like somebody went down to the bottom of the abyss, to Devil's Playground, and opened up the fucking portal and let them loose.
Mind you, we got married June of 2018. We moved here
2019. It wasn't that long.
2019.
It was a couple months.
I couldn't say that we was married. I think I started to say we was married in the summer of 2019 because we came here, it was wintertime. I still couldn't say nothing about us being married. Remember, it's after when we moved here and we went to we took that trip to Florida.
It was the anniversary when we posted it.
It was our anniversary.
Yeah, we was down there by Lennox.
And then we went to Florida. When she found out we was married, we was in Florida, remember? And then that was the day when you found out you was on child support. Remember we had that big incident at the hotel.
Yo, that was crazy, bro. Yo, no lie. And we want to keep the timeline together. You're right. That's what happened. We moved here. Let's back up on that one because that's powerful.
All right. So we moved here in 2019, February 2019.
I remember that, yeah.
So we didn't tell nobody we was married. We ain't say nothing about us being married until our anniversary in June of 2019. That's our 1 year anniversary. Mm-hmm. And I said something about us being married on the internet. Mm-hmm. And after I said we was married, all hell broke loose. It was July, right? It was July. Mm-hmm. I posted him in June, and July we went to Florida. We went on a weekend trip when we went with Nikki to Florida. Remember? Yeah. And we went to Florida, and after that was it. He got a phone call. We in the hotel. He got a call. Then he got some text messages. He got mail. He got all types of stuff coming in on his phone. And then I'm like, but before he told me what was going on, he just had an attitude and he was just mad. And I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
And we in Florida, and he's upset. I'm like, what's the problem?
He was in Miami, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we was
Miami.
in Miami, and then he just was mad. I'm like, what is it? What's wrong? What's going on? So my sister like, he good? What's wrong with him? I'm like, I don't know. He just started to. He was just mad. It took him like a day. Like he was mad for like a whole day and a half, and then the next day, I'm like, bro, what is going on? What's
Yeah.
wrong with you? Then he finally came out and told me, I told you not to post anything. I told you not to say anything because now this bitch done put me on child support. I said, what? And how he found out about the child support, they emptied his bank account.
Oh no, bro, no.
That's why you was mad.
Yeah,
Because
look what she did
you
was
end
because
up
what she
not
did.
having no money because
That no, you telling the story wrong. First of all, she was taking me before that. She was going to drop it. Remember, she was planning on dropping it because she was only doing it to me because she was angry. We was together.
Okay.
We was already on child support, right? She was already putting the petition in for it. Remember, I went in court and I cursed the judge out.
Oh yeah,
remember, I cursed the judge out. I went to court. Right. Remember, you was here and I went to court and I cursed the judge out and she went to court and told him that I ain't take care of my kids since 2016. And then she had a lawyer that was for battered women to make her so she said she's a battered woman. I'm like, bro, I ain't even date this chick since 2014, 2015. What are y'all talking about? I had the kids in 2015. Now I ain't got no lawyer. I'm going there face on. Because you got to pay for a lawyer, and at the time, I didn't even have it like that. So I'm in there, and he like, yeah, she ain't take care. Your Honor, he had to take care of the kids. Her lawyer saying this. In 2016, I'm like, what? I had these kids in the basement with me since 2015. Take care of them.
That's because she was mad that we was together.
We was together before the marriage.
And
right.
And she found out you was moving to Georgia.
That's when she really turned it up or not.
And then when you found out you was
I messed myself up. I'm sorry to cut you. I'm going to interrupt you. Let me tell you why. When I cursed the judge out, you got to tell it like it is. This is what happened. The child support was supposed to be a fair amount. So it would have been like, I don't know, she only took me for one kid, right? Because I kept saying I want a paternity test for the other one because she cheated while she had him. You know what I'm saying? My oldest. Not that I denied him. It's just that I was like, let me get a paternity test because when you had him, we was broke up and you know, that's another story in itself. So they only could get me for one because only one I was claiming.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when I was in there, the judge was like, yeah, you know, they said you're doing this, that, and third. Did you bring any papers? He never looked at me one time. So I'm in there telling him, like, Yana, she's lying. The kids live with me in her basement. I got pictures. I got proof. Her crib was disgusting, dirty. I had them living. They didn't even want to go home. Me and my wife were taking care of them, you know, blah, blah, blah. And he like, yeah, and where's your documents? And she said, you got 2 incomes. And da-da-da. I'm like, what? I'm like, yo, bro, listen, I ain't gonna lie. It's the first time I ever cried in court. I went to court for gun charges, drug charges. I went to court and fought real battles. I fought police officers facing 20 years. I never cried. Right. But so listen, when he said, yo, we're gonna make it I think he wanted like, I don't know if it was like 700 a week or 700 every 2 weeks. And I'm looking at her and I'm like, bro, you just sitting here lying, bro. Like, and I broke down in tears. I said, yo, it hurt because I know all that I did for them. And you've seen it yourself, how I was taking care of them when I met you, 2 years. And I was like, you know what? Fuck this. And I stood up. And the judge was like, this is Sam, sit down. I was like, I'm not sitting down. Fuck this, bro. You never looked at me one time and she's a liar. You know what I'm saying? And the guy behind me was like, the court officer was like, come on, man. I was like, man, fuck it, do what you gotta do. He's like, oh yeah, do what I gotta do. Well, he said 1,200 every week. So crazy shit. 1,200 every 2 weeks. I'm like, I walked down, man. I'm like, oh my God, Jesus Christ. I done double my payments. I doubled the payments. But in my mind, I'm thinking like, I'm not paying this shit because I know I took care of these kids, not knowing how this shit really goes. So it was piling up. And it's like, bro, the devil was a lie. Right as we went back to your point,
right?
We got to Miami.
When we moved down here is when the child support was starting. Right?
It was at like $8 grand or some wild shit.
After I post our 1 year anniversary that we was married, oh my God,
Bruh.
She really turned up.
Lost her top, and then I was on my way to I was getting like a little bit of change every week. I think it was like I wasn't making much still at the time, right? No, and then I said, something telling me to move this money off this debit card. Before we left. Remember I kept saying, like, something telling me to move this money. I didn't move it. So I'm going to CVS to go buy something. It's like, decline. I check our call. I'm like, what's going on with my bread? Oh, all your assets is froze. This froze. We in the middle of Miami. I ain't got no money. I ain't got nothing. I'm like, bro, I give up. I don't want to drink. The drinking ain't even. bro, I wasn't even feeling the liquor. I
He
was so
was
numb.
so
I'm laying in the bed
mad.
the hotel. I'm like, I don't want to go outside. I don't want to do shit. But
He
the realest
was,
shit I said,
he was mad.
you know what
But
though?
that's after I said, talk to me. What's wrong with you? What's going on?
Yeah.
How you just get so moody and mad and like that all of a sudden? What happened? And then that's when you took me outside and said, all right,
Leave, yeah.
let's talk. And then we went to talk. And then he said, bro, just leave me. I said, leave you for what?
I told you, go. I said, you deserve
He
better than
said,
this,
you
bro. I gotta
deserve better.
fight. Yeah, I gotta do too
He
much
said,
fighting,
you
bro.
deserve better. This is too much. I gotta fight too much. It's too much for me, man. You deserve better. So I understand.
I ain't want to push you through
I
that,
said, I
bro.
understand. You know, just go, Chen. Just go.
I'm not. And I knew that you had the money in your account because I was hiding everything under your name, and that's because of the child support situation. So when I went to you in the kitchen, I remember you was cooking, and you was like, "What's up?" And I was like, "Well, I need to pay this bill. I'm sorry, but whatever money we made this week off of Instacart it has to go to them for the car payment because I ain't want them to repo my shit. So I'm like, all right, let's just give them the bread. Boom. Open up the phone. You went into the Chase account, and it said $5,555. Now, back then I didn't know numbers like angel numbers and synchronicities. But now that I know how powerful that number stands for change and everything like that. Like, universe sends things at you and, it's a wink. And I'm like, damn, that money in there, pay her. And then we dropped everything we had going on and we jumped up and just hauled that. And jumped out the crib. We're like, oh, we got to get that money out the account right now. Don't even let it sit. I don't care what we do because we've been broke so long. We got to get this money in the house. Fuck the bank.
They fuck around, change their
They
mind,
fuck
and
around,
take it
change their
back.
mind and take it back. We out of here. Boom, we go get the bread, put it in the crib. You know what I mean? Now we feeling good, like a relief has hit. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a little bit of breathing room. I came above water. We felt like we was able to rise above water. We ain't drowning as much. Boom. But I know at the end of the day, that's like what 2-3 months of survival between car payment and house at most because our rent was only like
At the time,
1,100 and the car payment 9. Little bit of bills and that's it.
at the
All right.
time, that was it.
At the time, right? Shit, that them times came and went. 5,000 ain't even getting you past 38. Ain't nothing. But anyway, so I remember sitting on the couch though, you know, and I said to you, I remember, we always wanted to live where your sister lived at because they had all the amenities. It was a nice suburban neighborhood and out there, and it's the safest place in Georgia in Johns Creek. And I was like, I want to live out there, man. I want to be with your sister, man. You know what I'm saying? I know the rent was it was like extremely high, but again, I'm sitting on the couch and it's like I'm laying. I got my eyes closed and something said, "Go online right now because the prices are down now because the pandemic hit. Everybody's looking for some type of money. You probably get it for cheaper." And I told you that, and you looked at me like you was crazy. Like, what are you talking about? You know how much they want in there? Like 3 bands just to move in them cribs. You crazy? We gonna spend all the money moving in there? I'm like, nah, trust me on it. She went and looked. The crib that we wanted back then when we first moved out here might have been like what 26, 27.
Yeah, about 26.
Yeah, 26. I don't know. It was in between the $2,000 to $3,000 range. And boom, we went online. 15. It was 15-15. That's when it really messed my mind up. I'm like, what is these numbers, bro? It's 15-15. And we said, all right, we're gonna snatch it. Boom, you went online, you got it done. We like big kids now. Remember we paid for the joint. You know what I mean? At that time, it's online. Everything is online.
Everything
You
was
ain't got to see
online.
nobody.
Uh-huh.
And we paid for it. We went to go see your sister. Remember, we went to go see your sister real quick and hang out with them. We was like, yo, let's go sneak into the house. We're gonna move into.
Oh yeah.
So we like big kids. Like we want to go look before we move
Cause
inside.
we knew what our setup was, but we didn't. And
See.
again, we applied for another apartment or house, and we didn't look inside. We just applied for it online.
Yeah.
And we did go see her.
Yeah, we snuck in. The door was open.
We was about to go. We lived in our 1-bedroom for 6 months.
That was it. We was on there for 6 months.
We was there for 6 months, and then we left. And we about to go back home. And I said, let's go sneak in there.
Let's take a peek in there real quick.
I said, I'm like, damn, the door probably not even open. Yeah. Matt was like, it probably is open.
I think they said they had to finish the carpet upstairs or something like that.
They doing the carpet.
They're doing the carpet upstairs, yeah. It was in the townhouse.
So we came and we snuck in, and then we got in the kitchen, and on on
The stove.
the
The
stove.
stove
The
was
stove.
blinking.
The stove was blinking
11:11, bro.
eleven
It was
eleven
blinking 11:11.
because it looked like they must have unplugged it at 11 o'clock. So when they plugged it back in, it was just blinking
It was just
11
blinking
11.
11:11. The
So
whole.
we
I said,
like,
hell nah, bro. If that's not a sign, I ain't know what else. I was like, oh my god, look at this here.
they know it's our first time seeing it, and like, all right, it's not bad.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not bad.
This ain't bad at all. This is nice. I was like, yeah, I like this. This is nice. Then I got my free Starbucks in my
I got your free Starbucks.
free Starbucks coffee in the morning. They got the swimming pool, the sauna. I'm like, yes, sir. Man, for what is, I mean, honestly, the safest zip code in all of America. It's one of the richest neighborhoods in America. So I had to move. I'm like, at first I'm fighting for custody at the time still, remember?
Right.
So I want to have my kids in something nice. So I'm like, all right, we got to do this. But you know, the grateful side of it all is when we finally moved in. You know, I remember, in conclusion, cause we'll save some stuff for the next video. In conclusion, I remember moving in. I was like, when things open up, I'm not going back to working for nobody no more. I was done with that. I'm like, I'm done with this. I gotta take it up another notch. And you believed in me.
I said, why you don't start your own limo business?
You saw me start my own
Since
business.
you already have the experience in driving, and you was working for a limo company before,
And I knew all the ins and outs of how they move.
You know what's going on. You should start your own
start
limo
my own
business.
Company. Yeah.
I'm like, you think that's a good idea? I said, yeah.
Nah, she really believes.
I said, yeah, that's a great idea. I think you should.
Yeah.
And then, we started looking into it. After we moved in here. Then we started looking into the own limo business.
Man, that was a journey.
And then it was just like
the stack of paperwork we had to do.
That was it after that, right?
We took off. Yeah, we took off. It was a lot of work, man. And again, in conclusion, like even with that was a fight because remember they wanted, because in order to own a company, we had to do so much paperwork.
It was a lot.
We had to do a business plan. I had to fly to New York, or I think somebody went to New York, and I had a gun charge that was closed, and they want proof.
Oh yeah.
That you don't have no felonies.
Yeah. You
so that, the proof. Your disposition letter.
The disposition.
I had to go to New York, get a disposition letter, do this fingerprint background, federal background. I'm like, my God, bro. But they said to whom much is given, much is required. So I guess it was definitely beneficial for us to do it.
I mean, we went through it,
and we made it happen.
We made it happen.
But for what it's worth, that was the journey before the blessings, before God opened up the door and gave us access to what we needed in life, and we took off.
Yeah.
And even I think even after that, it was still a little bit of a struggle, but it wasn't that bad, right?
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it got lighter. Yeah, but we did well.
Bad.
Yeah, we did well.
But the bullshit never stopped. The
drama
continued.
The devil never stopped working, man. You just got see that's
drama continued.
This is where you never ask or pray for life to be easier. You ask to become wiser and stronger to deal with the bullshit. And that's how I learned how to deal with it much better. You know what I'm saying? And
you're dealing with it much better now.
Now, yeah. Took some time, but I got it right. And shit,
we getting there.
Success ain't easy. When you come, hey, look, because you went from one problem to the regular, you know what I'm saying? They say now you got a rich nigga problem now. It's like, it's a different type of problem. They say you got good problems. You know
but it's a journey. It was a journey to get here. It's a journey to get here. And
I appreciate it.
we trying to show you guys our journey. Not everything you see on the internet is all good. People don't post the real shit. People don't talk about the real shit.
They don't talk about the bad shit. They're showing you the good.
They're showing you all the good, but not shit that happened for real. Behind the scenes shit.
Yeah, for real.
And I know people see us like what Matt said before, and they're like, "Oh, y'all dope couple."
Y'all doing your thing.
Y'all doing your thing. People see what they don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to look at something or look at someone and say, "Oh,
we like them type of shit."
We like we like y'all relationship. Oh, y'all so dope. But it took a lot to get here.
Yeah.
It took a lot to get here. It would, and to be honest, we're still fighting through the battles.
Mm-hmm.
We're in a better position now, but
New levels, new devils.
we still
That's how it
fighting
go.
through some shit mentally, emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
It's still a lot going on, but
I think,
it's I want people to understand
yeah.
that they see you and they think like, oh Matt, he got it. That's the man. He the man now. You got it, Matt. You ain't gotta worry
I
about it.
get them calls all the time.
See us and they think
Or peaches and cream,
it's
right?
yeah, they think everything is all good,
Right.
but it wasn't easy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We've been through some shit
Yeah,
to
for real.
get where we at. I mean, and we're still going through some shit. It's not.
Well, the shit that we going through is better than the shit we walk.
Well, yeah,
Well, they said I'd rather cry in a Bentley than run a Camry now.
but I mean, not financially.
Right.
Mental and emotional shit, everyday shit that people go through.
Yeah.
Life. So it's not. I mean, financial wise, yes, we're in a better space.
Yeah. New levels, new devils, though. That's how the game goes.
Right. Not to
Yeah.
talk about that time when you left me and when
Right.
when we broke up.
2023.
When we broke up and you
That was
left me
spiritual.
and
We're gonna get to
you
that. That
left
was
me and had me
spiritual.
stuck. I'm like, oh shit.
I had to go. We're gonna talk about that another
Yeah, but
time.
we're
I
gonna
had to
get
go.
there another time. But yeah, it's not
Nah, we
easy,
went through that was spiritual warfare, baby. That's a deeper topic that we gotta take our time with that one. But yeah, the whoever the people that know what they did, they watching, they know what's up. But you can't stop what God ordains for your life. What they say, who man bless, no
No
man,
man
God bless,
curse.
no man can curse.
That's a fact.
Yeah, no
That is a
weapon formed against me
snap of
shall
fact.
prosper. Straight up.
Mm-hmm.
But we made it through that too. You
We
know what I mean?
yeah, we
Because
making it.
we leveled up and then we went to spiritual warfare. It was no longer financial and physical. Like in the scripture, it tell you in conclusion, for you not wrestle with flesh and blood. You know what I mean? But spirituality, and that's where it came in because they couldn't touch us physically, they couldn't touch us financially, so they had to go another way. You know what I
Right.
mean? But that's a story for another topic. We appreciate y'all watching, and we'll be back on the next episode.
Yeah.
Ah.